like the sound of it. I just like the sound of it. I just like the sound of it. I just like the sound of it.
What is going on, everybody? We are back. It's late, but we have a brand new player, so we have to talk about it. Ed Oliver. Gentlemen, how we feeling? How we feeling? Ryan, I'll start with you.
It's easy. If you haven't already, go look at the video that we posted earlier that our boy Clayton put together. Awesome video, shows exactly why we picked Ed Oliver. He cuts through offensive lines like they're not there. It was an easy pick. It was a great pick, and I'm happy that he's in red, white, and blue now.
Monster? Ed Oliver?
Me. That's all I said. That's all I wanted. Me, up the middle, pushing it. Perfect pick. The fact that he stood fast and a couple first-round picks got there, I don't know, because some were questionable, but the fact that he stayed put, gave up nothing, and got the guy he wanted again, it's just hats off to Brandon Beane.
All right. Clayton.
Hey, man, I'm really excited. You know, putting those videos together, I got to watch film. I watch these guys play each individual game when I'm cutting up their highlights. So I see their good plays and their bad plays. You know, Oliver Hill up on the ground, he's not going to quit. He goes on the ground, he's the first man up. He's going to go to play. He's going to hustle. You know, that's what I like in a football player. So, I mean, he's got that hustle. He's got that effort. He's going to be a hell of a player for the Bills.
All right. Fred Kilmartin, Ed Oliver.
Yeah, I'm happy that we picked him up. I mean, he's going to be an impact on that defense. Probably going to fit right in where Kyle Williams was. He's a little bit faster. You know what I mean? Off the attack. I mean, he comes through. He's going to push the pile. So, yeah, it's a good pickup for the Bills. I'm surprised he was still there at 9. I thought maybe he would have went in the top 5. But you know what? Like Monster said, Brandon Beane, he stood his ground, got the guy he wanted. So, good pickup for the Bills.
All right. Dan Gambino, you said you wanted one of the interior rushers.
Yes, sir.
You got one.
We got him. We got the one I wanted. It's the one that I wanted. Monster, you and I said it. State of the process. Everything was pointed at Ed Oliver. We wanted that guy in the middle to push the pocket back. This way our ends can go and do what they need to do every down. Shoot and go. I'm excited. I can't wait. I'm going to buy the first jersey. JT, you know it.
Yeah, I gotta get me one too, man. I may beat you to it. I'm staying up a little late tonight.
All right, let's see if we can get a bulk order then. Let's see how many we can get priced for 5. I'm gonna have to get me one of them too.
Yeah, buddy.
I mean, wow. I mean, just wow. Just wow. I mean, we got our guy. We got our guy. We need an interior pass rush. We all agreed on that, and we got it. And if this guy is anything like Aaron Donald, then I feel bad for Sam Darnold. I feel bad for whoever the hell the Dolphins quarterback will be in the next 5 years. And Tom Brady may get a nice little early send-off gift. You know what I mean?
Yeah, hopefully.
So
I love it. Back to what he said when he was leaving here too. Our facilities are top notch. I loved Kyle Williams. If Buffalo drafts me, I'm coming. No hesitation. No, it's cold, blah, blah, nothing. Nothing. I love the guy's interview. I love what he had to say. He respected the Bills organization, and he's a gamer. He's a gamer. He's going to step right in, and I think he's going to be Kyle Williams 2.0 or maybe even Bruce Smith 2.0. Inside Bruce Smith. That would be lovely, too. So I'm excited. I'm ecstatic that we got him and we gave up nothing to get him.
Clayton?
You know, man, Dan brought it up a little bit about the edge rush. You know, that's one thing I wouldn't be very disappointed with bringing into the second round. You know, Montez Sweat, he's fallen a lot later than people expected, whether that be the heart issue concerns or whatnot. I wouldn't be surprised if the Bills were going to trade up into the back end of the first round, or even trade up at the beginning of the second round if he's still there. Because, you know, it's Jerry Hughes. Who else? You know, if you get Montez Sweat and Ed Oliver in the same draft, man, that's a great draft right there.
Yeah. Ryan, what do you expect in the second round, maybe?
What do I expect in the second round? I don't really know. Buffalo obviously lost out on Hawkinson as a potential option there in the first round. He went right before we got our boy Ed Oliver, which, again, not mad about. So it's really a who's game of what they're going to do. Are they going to take a wide receiver and improve their wide receiver core? Are they going to take a tight end and address that issue? Are they going to go ahead and, like Clayton said, are they going to trade up and get a guy like Montez Sweat? I don't know, because we have a couple positions that are key positions that need to be figured out. And so we can do that in the second round.
Well, did anybody take Noah Fant yet?
Yes.
Yeah, they did.
Broncos.
Broncos took him?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So you still have Irv Smith there available for Alabama, which is a tight end. You still have the guy that they brought in from Auburn. I forgot his name, Warrow, something like that. They brought in for a visit. But let's not take Jadeveon Clowney off the board. Don't take him off the board yet. Don't take him off the board yet. That second round pick is very valuable. There's a lot of good players left on this board. Houston may be looking to gain an extra second round pick. This could be a situation where, Dan, you said earlier about having more people. You may be able to trade 2 second rounders, second rounder tomorrow, second rounder next year, to bring Jadeveon Clowney in. Now you're putting Jadeveon Clowney with Jerry Hughes, with Harrison Phillips, with Star Latulippe, and with Ed Oliver.
And Jordan Phillips.
And all this goes on. I mean, that'd be awesome. I'd be happy with 2 second rounders. I'm not happy with the first.
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy with 2 seconds. Because you're going to have to pay him.
Yeah.
9 a year, 10 a year, goes out and balls out, 13 a year.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know what, but with the team around him, and I've always said this as a fan, with the team around him, I don't have to crunch numbers or sign those checks. I don't give a damn what they pay him. As long as he comes out and plays as a fan, I'm cool with that.
I agree. I agree. Just don't put yourself in salary cap purgatory again like you did over the last 10 years.
Yeah, if that was the first offseason move we made and then signed him and then it handcuffed us and we couldn't make any of these moves, yes, it's the wrong choice.
Right.
With the moves we've already made to improve the team up to this point, I'd have no problem paying him because we don't have that many gaps to fill. And we have
I agree.
What was that
Yeah,
number
we
that you
don't
said
take
earlier,
the
Fred Kilmartin, for next season?
It's between 110 and 120 million. They'll have.
No problem signing that, man. No problem.
I don't think we're hurting. I don't think we're going to a Great Depression in Buffalo anytime soon.
We can save on shipping by ordering Jadeveon Clowney and Ed Oliver jerseys at the same time, boys.
But what
Free
if
shipping.
Shaq balls out? What if this helps Shaq?
What if Shaq doesn't
Nope.
make it past training camp? Because we know how we when Brandon Bean, we see what he did with Sammy Watkins. We saw what he did to other players. He
Yeah.
put you in there. You look good. You out. Poop. Gone.
Third
Yeah,
round.
they said if you watched the press conference after after the pick, they said that you come in every year, and they said that we all know this as fans, they all knew it as media. You have to come in every year and you have to earn and re-earn your spot. Nothing is guaranteed on the Buffalo Bills. That's how it should be, and B, that's what's going to determine whether or not somebody like Shaq Lawson stays on the team.
Well, to be honest with you, there's we talk about Jerry Hughes jumping for joy, but in my opinion, there's two more players that should be jumping for joy at this Ed Oliver pick. And there's two of our biggest playmakers on this defense, Jordan Poyer and Micah Hyde. Those guys have to be jumping for joy because year one, they had a lot of opportunity to make plays. Year two, they didn't get as many opportunities because we didn't get the push up front like we did the year before. They got to be jumping for joy because you let those type of guys run around free and make plays on the ball, things can happen. Ryan?
Hey, Redskins just took Montez Sweat.
Who?
Redskins just drafted Montez
Oh,
Sweat.
good for Daniel Snyder. Maybe he can finally get things right.
No.
Bills too. I mean, you got Harrison Phillips, who's going to be a second-year player. Now you add in Ed Oliver, so you got two bookends right there in the middle of this defense for the next 6, 7, 8 years.
I'm sure you can rotate them.
Buffalo's doing it
Yeah, they're
right
gonna
now. I'd rather see both of them on the field because you guys really haven't seen much out of Harrison Phillips. He's a nasty big kid. He's nasty. You didn't see it because he was a rookie, so he was probably still in his shell. Watch year two with Harrison Phillips. What a different transformation he's going to make on this defense.
I don't know. We'll see
I
year
wouldn't-
2 and year 3 and year 4 and year 5 and year 6 and year 7.
A lot of them.
Is it?
Lock them down.
Well, that's what it comes down to. When you have a pass rush like that, it benefits your secondary. Look at Ed Reed. Ed Reed made it to the Hall of Fame based on the people in front of him, the Baltimore pass rush, and Ray Lewis and Terrell Suggs. That pass rush, they gave those quarterbacks no time. They were chalking it. Ed Reed was just picking it. He had a field day.
Yeah.
That's the best thing you can do for your secondary is have an awesome pass rush. Because you know what? It's a lot easier to defend a top-flight receiver for 3 seconds than it is for 5 seconds. That's when the plays are made. When you can extend plays and receivers can break routes and go on natural ability, that's where it happens. But when you don't have that time because the pass rush is there, that's when our DBs can step in and just perform at a higher level. So I love it.
All right.
I mean, a guy like that's going to make the whole defense better. I mean, we talked about it on the pre-draft show. He has the fastest line at quarterback in a 3 technique position. He's on the left shoulder of the guard. He's going to go right at that quarterback, and he's going to flush him out. He's going to flush him right into Jerry Hughes. He's going to force him into bad passes. He's going to force him into bad decisions. It's going to help the entire defense level to level to level, and it's going to be a very good it's a solid addition, I mean, you take Aaron Donald off the Rams. How good's that defense then?
Well,
Not
those
as
other
good.
players around him, not as good.
Right.
Dante Fowler was one. He was decent in Jacksonville, but he looked like a totally different player next to Aaron Donald, and that's what we need
Right.
our players to look like. And like I said,
Plus, boys, once we get that pass rush generated, the quarterback's instinct is going to be to immediately look to dump over the middle, and who's standing there? Big Tremaine Edmonds is standing there looking to make plays. So it all starts with the pass rush, man. We got the talent behind it to just – I can't wait to see our defense this year, boys. I'm salivating.
I still
can't
think you need
wait.
another outside linebacker or another DN.
I don't know if we need another DN. I mean, if they're going to stick with Shaq, we don't necessarily need one. If they're going to stick with Shaq and Eddie Yarbrough, but I just got this. I don't know if they're going to stick with Shaq. That's my question.
Well, you don't know how long Murphy's going to be here either, and you don't know if Alexander is going to be another year. He's an outside linebacker / DN.
Well, Murphy, they picked up, what was a 2.5 bonus that they gave him? I mean,
Yeah.
we know Brandon Beane don't care about cap penalties. Boy,
No, he's cheap to let go.
at this point in time, it would kind of shock me if they paid the 2.5 and got rid of him. I don't know if I would have retained him personally. I don't know, but
Yeah, but I think that his contract came up so quick that it wasn't really, you know what I mean? They didn't
Yeah.
really have a chance to make that decision. It was already there, and they're like, boom, now we got to pay this guy. But for $2.5 million, when you're going to sit at 110 to 120 million next year, it's like peanuts. I mean, what is that in dead cap?
right.
Well, if
What-
they bring in Clowney, there's going to be an odd man out. So we'll find out if that.
Well, I still think that we need another stud defensive end. I mean, if you throw in you throw in Clowney on this defense, I mean, I think the only weak thing is that we need linebacker depth. That's the only thing that we're missing.
Let me ask this question. If you put Clowney on this defense at defensive end, how does this defense then compare to the cold front defensive line of Mario, Jerry, Kyle, and Darius? And
Fast.
Dan, I'll come to you.
It compares. It compares. That's what matters. It compares. You know, we haven't seen anything like that since they were up here. You know, we had 56 something sacks the last year that they were really good before
56
Rex came in
sacks.
here.
Jim
Yeah,
Schwartz.
That's a lot, just on the defensive line too. So I mean, that'll be a game changer for our defense. And you know, I mean, we didn't really. It'll be a great thing to have that back. You know, it'll be a lot faster. It's a lot quicker, and you know, I mean, I think it's pretty neat that Jerry Hughes is a part of it too. I mean, he's been here through the good times and the bad, and we see how he is when he's got players like Darius Williams and Williams on the opposite side of him. He can dominate.
Right. Ryan, how much can Clowney help?
Well, going back to what we were just talking about really quick, I agree with Fred. I think that the defensive line is now faster, comparing it to the old cold front. But with Clowney, I think it becomes even faster. He still has a couple years. You know, he's only been in the NFL for a couple years, so he still has a lot of years left that we can get out of him. You know, barring injury. But I think that there's always room for improvement, right? And I think adding Clowney gives us that edge that we need. Because like we said, we just got Ed Oliver. You know, we have Harrison Phillips, like Fred said. Putting Phillips and Oliver out there at the same time is going to be insane to see. So I think Clowney only adds to the defensive line. It doesn't take away from it at all.
And speaking of cold front, can you point up for me real quick, Ryan?
Can I point up for you?
Yep, a little bit to the left. A little bit more. To the side.
Left.
No, other way. No, other way. There you go. Follow the Cold Front Instagram report, please. Instagram page. But Dan,
All
coming
right,
to you. What do
Follow
you
the
think?
cold front, but don't follow Ryan.
Now, this is my right. This is my right. This is not my left.
There.
This is not my
Sobriety
left.
Your
test.
TV right.
Ed Oliver sobriety test.
Okay, TV right.
TV right. He's new. We're still teaching him how to broadcast.
I would like to chime in on the defense. First of all, if we do add Clowney, it is going to be taking a lot of pressure off Jerry Hughes. A lot of fans complained about Jerry Hughes wasn't doing his job because he wasn't getting the sacks. But if you look at how much pressure he was putting on the quarterback, I mean, I think that Jerry Hughes putting pressure on the quarterback is probably the best year he's had in Buffalo. Even though he wasn't getting the sacks, he was a terror. He continuously had that motor going and was putting pressure on the quarterback. I think Clowney is going to take that. If you bring in somebody even capable of doing the things that Clowney does on that other side, you're taking the pressure off Jerry Hughes. It'll be a cakewalk. I guarantee he would get 10 sacks if you brought in another edge rusher off that. Now you got to count for the
He may
middle.
not. It may not be enough sacks to go around.
That's true, too. You guys also got to take into consideration, we were running what's called a wide 9 when Schwartz was in there.
Yeah.
So essentially, you're lining your D ends way outside. You know, that's a lot more. They have to come in. They got to come in a lot. They got more room to come off the edge. But you put them in a traditional 4-3 defense, they're closer to the quarterback than they were when we were running the wide 9.
Right. Dan,
So-
jump in.
Well, I'm going to touch on something no one else has touched on. This is going to help our linebacking core.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Now they're not going to go right up the gut on us. They're going to be trying to get the ball outside in between their guards and their tackles. Guess what? You got fast linebackers in Milano and Trey Edmonds. and Enzo. These guys are going to have a field day. Now they can just worry about coverage.
But we still need one more though on the outside though.
Yeah, but we can pick
But
we
we
can pick
have
that
it.
up. We'll get
We
that.
have it though.
We'll get that.
Yeah, you can
Yeah,
get
we
that in the
definitely
fourth
will.
round. You can get that in the fifth
Oh, yeah.
round. You can get that in free agency.
How many linebackers
Good
went in the
thing
first
is-
round tonight? Besides Devin Bush and
2, White and
Two.
Bushman.
and that's it. So that means the rest of the whole linebacking core draft has got pushed down probably a round.
Yep.
Where are the corners?
Did Greedy go?
Greedy Williams went to
Greedy
Seattle.
didn't go.
He went to Seattle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, Greedy
Byron
went-
didn't go.
What'd you say?
Byron Murphy did not go yet. I don't
and
believe.
what about DeAndre Baker?
Nope.
Oh,
That-
Plus, you got Garner, Chauncey Garner.
Chauncey Gardner-Johnson.
Yeah.
Hey, day 2 is going to be interesting. We can go so many directions here. We can add another offensive lineman and have 45 of them now. We can
you know what's
add.
funny is that this Bean and McDermott, they know what they want. They have a plan in place, and we all know what
Oh,
it
yeah.
is. They want to put pressure on the quarterback and stop the run.
Yeah, well, I hope that's the plan because I mean that plan wins Super Bowls and games.
Yeah.
But no, day 2 is gonna be interesting. Ryan, what position we go in day 2? Just position, you ain't gotta give a player if you don't want.
I mean, my personal is again, I still think that Hakeem Butler somewhere in there in the second round, potentially third round, depending on where he falls. I think that it's kind of, we've talked this entire time about other players that are like undiscovered draft diamonds. So we did the interview with Antonio Dawkins, and it would be a shame not to see him go somewhere in the draft. He's a guy that I think is going to surprise a lot of people. I think Hakeem Butler is almost the exact same kind of player. He's going to surprise people when he gets drafted. So I would like to see the Buffalo Bills go ahead and draft Hakeem Butler.
And a comment from Nico Shaw in the chat: Jawan Taylor is still on the board. Well, I don't think he'll be on the board long tomorrow. He'll probably go in the first 5 picks. And if Arizona's smart, they'll probably get a right tackle to help protect Kyler Murray. Dan, final thoughts in second round pick tomorrow too?
I'd like to see another receiver, personally. Either that or just bulk up at linebacker. One of the two. Receiver, linebacker, get another guy, another playmaker up there. I don't have a preference. I'm happy with what happened tonight. I mean, I'd hate to say I called it, but I called it. We all did. A lot of people said it.
Yeah.
But I'm happy with tonight. Anybody we get from here on out is going to fill a hole. It's going to make another roster spot. It's going to make that battle at camp that much better. I would like to see Neil, personally.
All right. So you're saying we won the offseason. We've heard that before. Frank Martin.
Didn't say we won the offseason. I think we did good.
Rex Ryan won the offseason, not the Bills. Actually, I would like to see the Bills maybe take a shot at A.J. Brown, wide receiver out of Ole Miss. He runs great routes, and he actually went after the catch. He runs like a running back. So, I mean, I think if they're going to take a shot at a stud, I mean, plus he's 6 foot. So I would like to, you know what I mean?
And he's been training with Jerry Rice. Tidbit note there.
I didn't even know that. But
Yes, he's been training with Jerry Rice.
For greatness.
I think that the Bills pick, the first pick in round 2, is like a luxury pick because it could go either way.
Yeah.
Again, best player available. Got to see who's there. But if it's a wide receiver like A.J. Brown, I like to see him take a shot at him.
Maybe Jawan Taylor's still there. We don't know. Clayton, final thoughts, second round.
I mean, personally, I wouldn't be surprised if they picked Blake Cashman, the linebacker from Minnesota, I believe. That'd be a really sneaky good pick. And also, somebody that everybody's forgetting about off the edge, Chase Winovich, the guy that played opposite for Sean Gary, the guy that was jumping off the film whenever people were trying to watch with Sean Gary, So, but also, I don't know. I don't really know why everybody. Do you guys not have faith in Zay Jones?
I love Zay.
No, I
love
I
Zay.
do.
But I think Zay's a slot, and I think the rest of this panel thinks too is he's a slot, and they're looking for an outside option. And I like Robert Foster too, but I personally don't see us going receiver. That's just
I don't either.
Receiver is going to be there. Is McKenzie still going to be here?
No.
Well, somebody got to be out already because you already got like
Deontay
7.
Thompson. I mean, the kid out of the
Ray Ray's gone.
We don't know who's going to make it.
Yeah, somebody's gonna make it. So Clayton, that's it.
My main point is, you draft a receiver. What are you doing with Zay? What are you doing with Robert? It's a really
Can I
good
tell
problem
you
to
guys-
have.
Can I tell him? We need to get someone back there for punt returns and get our starting safety off punt returns.
We got
Andre Roberts. We have Andre Roberts.
They signed Andre Roberts,
We signed that
the
guy.
Pro Bowler.
Now we do. Yeah, now we do. But you can never have too many.
All right.
No.
Nice cleanup,
I-
Fred. Nice cleanup.
Yeah.
Now 4.
I think it's either going to be a linebacker or an edge rusher.
I can see that.
I could see
Hey,
that.
maybe Rashad Gary.
Yeah, you know what? The point Chase Winovich, I'm not too sold on him because he played next to Rashawn Gary, and Rashawn Gary had 5 linemen block him. Monster, final thoughts?
They've addressed every position through free agency and the draft, but the only position they haven't touched is tight end. I wouldn't be shocked to see them, depending on how the board falls, trade up in the second to try to grab their tight end.
Irv Smith?
Yeah, that's who I got. That's who I got. He's the best player up there. So I wouldn't be shocked to see us move up a little bit to try to take a swing at Irv Smith. If not, I would definitely like to see another depth linebacker. I think receiver. I mean, what happens if you get to the middle of the second round? DK Metcalf still. Is it? You know what I mean? Do you take a shot? You know what I'm saying? I personally don't, but I don't know how this regime thinks.
Why
they
not?
shocked us. I'm just throwing scenarios out there. You know what I mean?
It's possible.
He can only go one way. Straight.
Linebacker will be their focus.
He can get there mighty fast, though, but you're right. He can only go one way. I'm not too sure about that. You know, I'd probably go another direction than DK.
That's
Right.
where I want to see him go.
All right. So, would you say that this night was a victory for Kim Martin, and we're going to get out of here?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. So put your bucket hat on. We'll put the
No,
bucket.
Bucket hat. I got to draw a winner for a CJ Spiller autographed jersey.
Put it
What-
on with the papers in it.
Whichever one stays in gets the jersey.
Right.
Jesus, this
You
guy.
guys talk. I can pick it while you guys are talking. It's very simple.
Well, rally cat.
Well, just pick the player now, Fred. Pick the person now.
I got it. All right, the winner of an autographed CJ Spiller jersey is
Joe McDonald.
Justin Fleming.
Hey,
Hey, we
Fleming.
know Justin. All right,
Justin,
Justin.
Well,
Right.
Just-
And Justin just tuned in too, literally.
There
Is
you go,
watching.
Justin.
Good job, Justin.
Yep.
Congrats, Justin.
Congratulations, Justin, on winning that
Congrats.
autograph CJ Spiller. It'll make you run a lot faster. So now can you put the bucket hat on, Mr. Kim Martin, since it's a victory? Appreciate it.
Yeah,
With,
absolutely.
with the papers.
Yeah, let the papers fall as confetti.
Celebratory confetti.
Hey, all right.
Hey,
And-
it's like season again, like the
And-
season.
And we did before. We said he was going to go into the draft with his Viking hat on. He was going to be a Viking, and he was going to win this war. And I say he won the war. So here we go. Mr. Bean, you win the war. So, Monster, do you have any parting words for Pancho Villa? Because I don't know when we will be live again.
Over the last year, I've had the pleasure of getting to know Ezra as a person as well as Pancho. The home opener we were at last year, he had his wife chase me down because he didn't want an opportunity to see me again pass by, and he was just too simply weak to run. So I sent him a message earlier, and I told him that we're all thinking of him, and that he's in our prayers, and that every single person in Bills Mafia carries a little piece of Pancho Villa with them. So I just told him that I want him to keep fighting, and that I loved him, and that he's my friend. Ezra's my friend, and that's it, man. That's all I gotta say about Pancho.
Dan?
Well, as you all know, Code Sox teamed up with Pancho, and we raised some money for him. But we're going to take this one step further. Myself, the Cold Front Report, Mike LaFredo of Why So Serious podcast with Stevie Johnson, we're going to be putting together a foundation with all of us, uniting it together. And we're going to put a foundation together in Pancho's name to help not only his children, but other children that fall into the same situation that Pancho's kids are right now. This community is one thing. It's one community. I can't say it enough. There's nothing like the people of Buffalo. There's nothing like our fans. Pancho never lived in Buffalo, but he's as Buffalo as they come. And it was a tough, quick 1-minute conversation I was able to have with him this afternoon. But we got to carry on his legacy and the way that he was, because he emulated everything that the Bills Mafia is.
Well,
It's
he
not
is.
about breaking
He
tables.
is. Whether he is, not was.
He
Whether
is. He is. I'm sorry. He is. I apologize. It's not about breaking tables. It's not about drinking as much. It's not about proving that you're the best fan in the world. It's about being there every Sunday, every day, and putting yourself out there for the things that you love.
It's about
So,
unity.
we have a bunch of things going on this year. I personally am going to some away games. Everything that we do coming up is going to be geared towards giving back to Pancho, his kids, and other kids that are in that situation. I want you to stay tuned. Today's not the day to announce everything, but we have a lot of things in the works, and we're going to do a lot of good while we're doing it. So, Pancho, keep fighting. We love you, man. All of us. We all love you. Just keep going.
Yeah. And on that note, we'll end a very successful draft night, and we'll keep Pancho in our prayers. And we thank all you guys for tuning in and watching us every week and week in, week out, including Ezra. Ezra followed us the entire season, which was huge for us, and we appreciate it. And like I said, keep fighting, Pancho. And like I said, thank you guys for tuning in. Let's continue to just be one family. Because I mean, one thing about it, and I told Monster earlier about this, is out of all things in the world, a million strangers came together for one cause. And that's the special things about Bills Mafia, because we can do that, and we have done that, and we continually do that. And that's what makes us the best fan base in the NFL. Like you said, Dan, it's not tables, it's not the sellouts, it's not the merchandise. It's the fact that we come together and we are humane and true humane human beings. And other than that, man, I love Pancho. I love you guys. I love everybody. I love you all, and thank you guys. And on that night, like I said, hold your loved ones tight. Hold your loved one tight. But on that, we are signing off, and we will catch you guys next time.
Pancho.